Okay, Council, I think we're going to get started. I realize that we're not quite all seated. So I need to pause and obviously welcome some planning students from the University of Waterloo. Welcome to our council meeting. Honestly, it's really awesome that you're here today, and hope that maybe you'll consider coming to other meetings, because your future, if you choose to become professional planners, will include spending some quality time in rooms like this. So is anyone willing to share the name of the professor who encouraged you all to be here today? Is it Mark? Is it Mr. Seasons? It's Jeff Casello? Oh, Jennifer. Jennifer Dean. Got it. Well, welcome. We're happy that you're here. So this is the council meeting for the City of Waterloo on Monday, September the 22nd. And I just wanted to start with a territorial acknowledgement. And I just wanted to point out, before I read the one that we typically use for the city, is that I wanted to share that I've been spending a lot of time in Yellowknife as of late, and it's just been a really amazing opportunity to engage with some of our far north communities, Dene Nation and Métis, and I have a lot of colleagues who are members of those nations, and it's really a big, huge learning curve. And it's so easy to go to the north, and First Nations just comes out very routinely, because that is the community that we engage with more frequently here, but really that's not the situation in the north, so I have to keep reminding myself to use the term Indigenous when I'm in the north. So it's been really, there is some Inuit in the Yellowknife community, but it's more Métis and Dene. So I just would like to begin by acknowledging the land on which we gather is the land on which we're broadcasting from today, is the land traditionally cared for by the Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and Chinootan people. We also acknowledge the enduring presence and deep traditional knowledge and philosophies of the Indigenous people with whom we share this land today. At the beginning of this council meeting, we pause to think about the needs of our community. May we show wisdom and compassion in all of our decisions. Council, I'm looking to see if there's any disclosures of pecuniary interest and the general nature thereof. Seeing none, we have a consent motion. Is there anyone who wants to pull anything from consent? No? You're moved by Councillor Wright, seconded by Councillor Vasek. All in favor? That is carried unanimously. We are on to staff reports. So the first staff report is the Province of Ontario Trade Impacted Communities Program grant application. And I understand that Mr. McFadden has some opening remarks for us.
All right, thank you. I just wanted to note that that this application and this project was born out of the 10-point tariff plan that the council approved back in May. It's a pretty exciting opportunity that the province has put forward, and we met with our WEDAC committee last week, and they did provide a motion in support. I can read that motion if you like, or you can take my word for it that they supported it, but I can read it. So the WEDAC committee supports the City of Waterloo's Health Tech Accelerator TICP grant application and proposed investment of $540K from the city's Economic Development Reserve. So a great opportunity, and we do have Ruth Castleman here, who's the CEO of the AC, to perhaps just say a few words about the AC's role and the program itself.
Thanks. I'm just going to let you know that you can lift that podium. If you look to your left, you'll see arrows up, and then you just press the button and we'll be able to hear you.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me here today. I have only a few minutes to speak, so I will do this quickly. I think I can go next. All right, just as a reminder for anyone who doesn't know who the Accelerator Center is, we work with about 150 different technology founders at any point in time and give them access to things like industry expertise, mentorship, early stage funding, industry experts, that type of thing to help them to grow their businesses. We are over 1,000 startups that we've supported at this point, about 6,000 jobs, many of those, of course, in the city of Waterloo, and about $1.8 billion in investment raised. I just want to give you a couple very quick client examples that will be possibly associated with a program like the Health Tech Accelerator. These are current customers of ours or current clients of ours. Patient Companion is replacing the call button in hospitals. When you push that button and you wait for a nurse to come, with an app that allows patients to specifically request what it is that they're looking for, and then also to align it with the type of volunteer or the type of employee that's required. So this is a big support in ensuring that our nurses' time is well used. Just as a quick example. We have a company called Vivo Surgery. Surgery is evolving, and they believe that surgical training should as well. This neurosurgeon has a camera on his forehead, and he is streaming his surgery live to orthopedic and neurological surgeons around the world, which is very cool. And then the last one I just wanted to mention is Steadyware. I made this slide, not them, so don't blame them. But so this is a device that someone with Parkinson's can wear on their hand, and it reduces their tremors. There is a great video on their website that shows an example of this, but these are the types of clients that could benefit from a health tech accelerator. So just a couple of points about what is a health tech accelerator. I mean, Waterloo is in an amazing position to be able to take advantage of technology and innovation, especially as we are building a new hospital. And so this is what the Health Tech Accelerator is set up to do, is to support health tech companies based out of the Waterloo region. The Accelerator Center is about a 2-minute walk away from where the new location of the hospital will be, and so we're very well positioned to be able to set up a space for these early stage tech companies as they're growing their businesses, and to help to support the city of Waterloo as we're growing a community of health and medtech innovators. I think this is my last slide. I know this is way too many words that are way too small, but just a couple of the things we're trying to accomplish out of this program, looking to support 10 to 15 early stage tech companies per year, either to reach their Series A funding, which is a very big milestone in the tech space, or also to reach commercialization, so getting their product from an idea to market. We're looking to bring a community of 50 additional health innovation advisors with over 100 high-skilled jobs in digital health. We're looking to foster long-term relationships between startups, academic, government, and health organizations, bringing new talent and companies to Waterloo, and then positioning the city of Waterloo as a leading national hub for health innovation. And so that's what the Health Tech Accelerator is intended to do. I think that is the end, and I think I'm pretty much at time. So if we have a minute for questions, I don't know if there are any questions.
Yeah. Thank you ever so kindly for coming in. I appreciate your overview
Of course.
Of the Accelerator
I brought all
Center.
of these people with me.
Yeah. Council, is there any questions? Councillor Hanmer.
Thank you, Chair. Through you, Ruth, thank you very much for the overview. I also sit on our Economic Development Committee, so had a bit of a discussion around the proposal and the things that we were going to be doing. But I wonder if you could share with us what's the relationship between, or what will the relationship be with the Health Tech Accelerator and CareNext, which is already in place?
Yes, that is a great question. We actually have a call on Friday to talk about how some of those relationships will work. Anything that we do from the Accelerator perspective, and I'm sure from the City of Waterloo's perspective, although I won't speak on their behalf, is intended to be aligned with the whole ecosystem. There's never going to be a time when we are done with done with innovation. But the areas that we can support in bringing technology to market, that is what the Accelerator Center does and what this program will do. And it will be very clearly aligned with the goals of the other organizations in town who also do different types of health innovation. The intention is to amplify, not duplicate.
Great, thank you very much. And Care Next was just one example of,
Yes.
of what we've got in our community, so that's great. Thank you.
Yes.
Can you please help me understand what Care Next is?
Oh, sure. Again, a little bit out of my wheelhouse, but it's a partnership between the University of Waterloo and the new Wren hospital system around ensuring that that great technology supports the new hospital. I think that's a quick version.
Very well done.
Oh,
The slight difference is it's a bit more on the applied research side of things, so that there's solutions being solved. And one of the key ones, and it's out there right now, is a solution to solve our ED wait times and looking at how we can drive shorter times there. So it's those kind of pieces, more on the right now, more on the solution side. But I think there is, as Ruth has said, opportunity for all those that are in the eco space for health tech to be working together. So I really am encouraged by the project.
Yeah, thank you. Councillor Wright?
Thank you, through you, Chair. So this is obviously something that our community does really well, this innovation piece, and it's very exciting that this is coming on board potentially along with this hospital in our near future. Government is so important in de-risking innovation and startups, and so as I was reading our report, I was looking for, where are we going to see this private sector capital investment come in as well? Because this is one of the problems that we eternally face, is the flow of capital for innovation in our community. And the report mentions 30 million in Series A investment forecast for 2026, 27. And I'm just curious who calculates and who reports on that?
That is a great question. It's probably a number that was in our proposal. Okay, good. So just to give you a bit of history, the Accelerator Center has been working with early stage startups. It'll be 20 years next year. And so we have some pool to pull from in terms of what is sort of a standard. We do report on revenue raised, outside investment raised. We report on that through all of our companies. So we would be gathering that information, and it would be able to make it available to the city, at least in aggregate.
Mayor McCabe?
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ruth. It's a pleasure to see you again. And thank you, Justin, and the team for pulling this together, I would say relatively quickly, because this is one of the, just to remind, or let the people who are sitting here who weren't here back in May when we had the first report come, this is a response from the city and our partners in the community to the tariff and trade challenges that we're currently finding ourselves in through no fault of our own, but this is the scenario in which we're living. So thanks for pulling this together so quickly and coming forward with something like a really practical partnership that's obviously tied to a really exciting opportunity in our community. As Councillor Wright said, this community does do innovation really well, and then with the new hospital coming, it makes a lot of sense to pair them together. So last week, Ruth and I ended up at the same table together at a Nabil Fahal's Founders and Physics event, which had about 150 people in the tech world, a lot of artificial innovation, people in that space, quantum computing, etc. And one of the things that one of the keynote speakers said was that, like, what's happening in Waterloo and Waterloo region in terms of artificial intelligence and quantum computing, like we're probably a decade ahead of a lot of other communities. And that's really great, and it's a reason that a lot of people are coming here to do this kind of work. But one of the things that he said during his remarks last week was that we have to make hardware, not just software. So I'm just wondering, and that is a very long preamble to my question, which is how much of what you're talking about here is hardware, where we would actually manufacture it in some place in Waterloo, hopefully, either up at the R&T Park or maybe at Generation Park, which is land that the city can develop, versus software.
Sorry, who's going first? I'll go first. Okay. The one thing I'll just mention with the Accelerator Center, we commercialize or support commercialization across all sorts of technology. So lots of our clients are hardware clients. The company that I built was a hardware company. They're actually moving to the city of Waterloo for February 1st. Just thought you should know that. And so, and that is a manufacturing company. I think who will be in the program and what will they be specifically building from an innovation perspective, I think will depend on the timing and all of that. But we are well positioned to support hardware companies. One of the focuses is on finding markets that perhaps is outside of North America, other than Canada. So not saying the US. But that's a big part of our focus, again, across all of our clients, is making sure that they have markets to sell to that are receptive to the technology. And so whether that is an AI company, quantum companies, we have all of those in our program today, in addition to hardware companies. And so depending on what the need is and what they're trying to solve, I mean, we're well positioned to support any of those.
And I was just going to add that part of the impetus for this particular program around health tech and AI innovation was that in the medical technology space, in the region, we are sort of heavy on the device side, actually. So this was meant to kind of balance that out and focus a little bit more on the software side and creating software and, you know, sort of cloud-based products that would come out of that. And to Ruth's point, if folks come through the program or apply to be cohorts in the program and they've got a hardware product, they'll probably have a software component to it, so they'll be well supported as well. But the intention and the alignment and the folks from Mix also provided us a support letter. They're a bit more device and hardware focused, so they were supporting this because this was sort of bringing in kind of a bigger focus on software. So it kind of rounds out the medical technology story for the region. Unique in this space, although agreed, they made a great point about, we need to build more, we need to manufacture more. But in this particular space, in this particular initiative, that was kind of the gap that we were trying to fill, was a bit more on the software side.
Okay, thank
Yep.
you. That's helpful. I think it's all really exciting and interesting. And I'm just wondering if you could also just give us a sense of, and this is going to be said with no disrespect to anyone who's in the technology field, whichever part of that it is, but there's a lot of, as they call them, tech bros. So could you just maybe talk about how, what space we're giving for people, or how are we going to, are you considering working with people to sort of broaden that out? Like what that might look like?
So I had a slide in my deck that had statistics on our demographics, and I cut it out. So that was my bad. We are very focused at the AC on making sure that everyone has access to the supports that they need to grow their technology businesses. You will find that we have abnormally weighted stats on our founders in terms of women founders, racialized founders, founders that are diverse gendered. We make sure that we advertise in locations where those people will get the information that they need. We make sure that our mentor group is a very diverse group of folks. We try to make it as welcoming as possible for anybody, and whatever, whether it's from a physical disability or any other group that doesn't fit into the tech bro definition. That is why I do what I do at the Accelerator Center. That's very important to me personally, and that is pervasive through all of the marketing work and all of the recruitment work that we do for founders.
Okay, thanks very much. And at the appropriate time, I'd be happy to move this.
Oh, I'm happy to take you moving the recommendation. Is there any other questions? Okay, seconder, Councillor Hanmer, all those in favor? That's carried unanimously. Thank you. Item 8B, supply and delivery of treated and coarse highway salt. Is there any questions on that? Seeing none, is there a mover of the recommendation? Moved by Councillor Rowe, seconded by Councillor Wright. All those in favor? It's carried unanimously. Please use it judiciously. The 2026 parking rates have been listed here. Is there any questions on the parking rates? Councillor Wright?
Yeah,
Sorry, we'll just give staff 1 minute to
Sure.
navigate to the staff table. Go ahead.
This is a very minor question, so thank you through you, Chair. It's just a point of clarification, because as I was looking through the table of lots, I noticed that there are a couple of discontinued lots, and I just wanted to give us an opportunity to state plainly what happened with these. So, for instance, the Alexandra lot overnight is discontinued. I'm assuming that the museum lot is just been renamed to the herb lot. And then the third question I had was around the Waterloo Memorial Recreational Complex, and so why that's discontinued, just out of curiosity.
Through you, Chair Freeman, to Councillor. The Alexandra lot overnight parking permit has been discontinued because it's not a great location for us to offer overnight parking because of the size. That particular parking lot is only 16 spaces. So for us to clear snow in the winter months around, it's not feasible. So we offer that in larger locations now, which is why we're taking that off. You are correct that the museum lot has been renamed to the herb lot. The lot hasn't gone anywhere. The name has just changed. And then we used to offer permit parking at the Waterloo Memorial Recreation Center to support a business that was in that area. But with the expansion of the Waterloo Memorial Recreation Center and the change to hybrid working arrangements, the business no longer requires the permits, and the rec center doesn't always have excess capacity during the day to offer.
Thank you very much.
Okay, would you like to move the recommendation? Moved by Councillor Wright, seconded by, sorry, was there any other questions on this report? No, seeing none, seconded by Councillor Bodley. All those in favor? That's carried unanimously. Thank you. So I will say to those folks who have joined us that the most interesting planning pieces to the meeting will happen this evening after 6:30, and we'd be happy to welcome you back at that time if you're willing to make time in your schedule to do that. But we will be taking a recess now until 6:30.